Welcome, everybody. Guess what? We didn't take another week off.
Damn right.
Back in the saddle again this week. Riding it like a bolt of lightning coming out your ass.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Yeah. I don't like country music.
I don't give a shit.
I hate country music.
Well,
so why did you sing that?
because you said riding it.
You couldn't go with something else? You couldn't come home, ride that train?
And ride it. Whoop, whoop. No.
You couldn't go Genuine?
That's probably where I would have went.
Ride it, my pony. Yes, that is the sound of me cracking open another beer.
I've already poured mine.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a nice little taste, little
Ready?
sample. Ready?
Yep. Ooh, nice. I mean, we're not everything I learned from movies, so we're not beer, experts, but I'm gonna do this right now. Ready?
Yep.
There you go, everybody.
That was light.
Well, I'm drinking out of a bottle.
Oh, yeah, you got to gulp that thing, man.
Well, I was trying to make sound.
You can make a fake gulp.
Oh, okay. All right, let me get the mic close to my throat. Hold on.
All right.
You get that one?
That was
There you
nice. That was worth it.
There you go. Oh, man. So it feels good to be back 2 weeks in a row.
I know, right? We're on a streak right now.
Yeah.
Undertaker who? Oscar who?
In our defense, before the last few weeks, we missed a grand total of 1 week in almost an entire year.
Yeah.
It just so happened that shit went down at the same time, and we ended up having to take like that 3-week hiatus off, and then we had a show, and then we had to take another week off because I was being a bitch, and you know.
Yep, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, it is what happens.
But I'm here.
But I am I'm ready to go. We got some shit to talk about this week. Some shit went down in the world of the wrestling.
A bunch of shit. And supposedly some more shit's gonna happen tomorrow. So before we get into all that, what's our name?
Check your feelings at the door because your boys are back. Whether it's happening in the ring or on the screen, you know they've got something to say about it. Are you ready? He's Robb English. He's Clifford L. Johnson. They are WNA.
Oh man.
Yes.
Every goddamn time it feels so damn good. I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are WNA.
WNA.
It sounds so much sexier when she says it, though.
I know, right? We should just stop doing it altogether.
Well, that's kind of our thing, though.
Yeah, well, things are meant to be changed.
Wow.
Right?
You just go in there on me. Next thing you know, you're going to say that you're not going to be my friend anymore.
Well, if that needs to change too.
Wow. So that's how things go. But yeah, no, we had a good, I had a decent week in my life, and then wrestling, I as I joked about the last few weeks, I've been watching it on DVR, kind of skimming through everything. Well, this week I actually watched everything live for the first time in a while, and I even kind of half-assed live tweeted the shows.
You did. I was proud of you.
Yeah. But about midway through SmackDown on Tuesday, while I was live tweeting, you tend to see what other people are tweeting, and some of those feelings came back to where I wanted to just kind of tell people, it's not about fucking you! Shut the fuck up! So I just was like, hey, I'm going to turn Twitter off for the night now.
All right. Good night, guys.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I don't think this guy listens to the show. He might, because when I tell the story, you'll understand. We had a gentleman who claims to be an indie wrestler in California attempt to follow us a few months back. And as I generally do when people follow us, before I follow back, I look at some of the tweets that they've done recently. And if I see anything hateful or homophobic or just generally that makes you look like a shitty fucking person, I don't follow. I may block you.
Oh.
Well, I blocked this guy. And he, because, I have a personal Twitter just because I was curious, because he seemed like the type. Mm-hmm. Once he realized that we blocked him, he was talking some shit about us, and then he eventually stopped. Well, because he's a hateful, nasty human being, he apparently got that Twitter account deactivated. So he opened a new one and just followed us recently.
Really?
Now, I want to block the guy, but at the same time, I don't. Because I'd rather just kind of, at some point when he says something really fucking foul, just call him out on the carpet. Like, hey, everybody, look at this piece of shit. I hope he dies. So if you are listening, California kid, suck a fat bag of dick. But then again,
bag of D.
Then again, he thinks that anybody that is in the LGBTQ community is not worth their own breath. So generally when people protest that hard, they're usually the ones about 6 inches deep down their throat. So I would say suck a fat bag of dick. You may enjoy that. And if you do, great. Good for you. Take them all. Take them all. But fuck that guy.
Yeah. I don't know this guy you're talking about, but yeah. Whatever you said.
He may end up getting blocked at the end of the show anyways. Who knows? But, for now, I think it's interesting to read his shit and think, wow, you are a hateful monster, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to be showing that guy some compassion, Rob.
Yeah?
No.
How do I do that?
You have to do unto others, Rob.
Some people nowadays are just undoable. Yes, I made that up.
Do undoable. All right. I hear it. Makes sense.
God damn, I love Dragon's Milk. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Fat Tire.
Oh, thought you were going to say Rolling Rock.
No, I don't think I've ever had a Rolling Rock.
I did years ago.
It's something like old white man drink.
Yeah, it's basically a step above piss.
Yeah. No Rolling Rock for me. My mom used to drink Ice House.
Ice House.
Yeah.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
The cheapest beer you could find.
My go-to back in the day was always Molson Ice.
Ooh.
When I was in high school.
Yeah, I was more of a Red Stripe guy myself.
Yeah, there was that period where you were heavy into Red Stripe. I remember that. Whenever I would come over to the frat house for a pay-per-view, I always had to bring Red Stripe.
Oh, yeah. That was it. That was the drink, boy.
Yeah. One time, to be funny, at a New Year's party, I brought Zima.
They actually had... So Zima was really highlighted on the last episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was kind of funny the way they incorporated it into the show. But it was... one of the characters is like traveling out of time. And he goes into a bar and he's never had beer before. It's a thing. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Maybe whenever you catch up.
I think I'm like 3 weeks behind.
Yeah. So you'll get it.
Yeah. But what was funny is when I was drinking the Zima, thinking people would laugh whenever they saw it. Some of the ladies at the party didn't get the joke, so the Zima went away pretty quickly.
Yeah, because they thought you were a pussy for drinking Zima.
I mean, it's crystal clear and refreshing, so I don't know why they would think that. Probably because it's fucking Zima, but
it is pretty tasty.
How was your week, sir?
Oh, man. So.
Well, I know how your week was because you are my best friend. However, it is entirely up to you if you wish to share this. You mentioned it before we started. You, by all means, and I say this very much so, since you are the editor of the show, if you do not wish to speak about this, you don't have to.
No, that's fine. I'm in pretty decent spirits. I just got back from Dominican Republic.
Yeah, buddy.
On Saturday, I was attending my brother's wedding. So congratulations to Will and Nikki.
That's right.
You guys are amazing. Beautiful babies. My nieces are beautiful. My nephew, love them.
Do they listen to the show?
I don't know. Probably not. I don't think anybody in my family actually gives a shit. I don't think anybody I know gives a shit, really.
Does Ketch listen to the show?
I think he listened to it from time to time.
Because I say this because you've mentioned a few times that he wants to be on the show.
Yeah, I think he's listened. But he's probably the only one.
Well, Ketch, if you are listening to the show, I would like to have you on the show at some point. But I'm going to test right now whether or not you're listening to the show. If you're listening to the show, say something to me on Facebook or on Twitter. And if you don't, you're never going to be on the show ever.
Ever.
Anyways, proceed.
Yeah, no, so anyway, besides enjoying my brother's wedding, it came at a bit of an expense since I was semi-forbidden to take this journey. Yeah. Let's just say when I got back, there was some shoulders that were cold. And yeah, it's not looking that great right now over in the old Johnson household. So, it is what it is. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm working on my shit, Players fuck up, Yeah. So we out here. We ready to get it in.
That's right. We talked about it last week. I said that I didn't care because I knew my wife didn't listen to the show, but the reason why I didn't, want to record 2 weeks ago or whatever is because, shit went down around here. But,
So I'm thinking maybe it was your karma or something.
Was it? Did I send it out there?
Yeah. Your energy kind of permeated throughout the podcast and you fucked it up over here too. Thanks a lot, Rob.
You're welcome.
Good job.
You're welcome.
That.
That's what we do. All
right. Well, enough of that shit.
What else do we do? What we do around here is we talk some shit about some wrestling and some geek shit. You want to get in on this?
Hell yeah.
I got like 3/4 of a beer left, so we can make it through. Right. After that, we're going to have to shut it down because I ain't going to keep going without the beer.
I'm still about halfway through my Pilsner right now.
Okay. So what I wanted to get into, the fact that basically,
new word. Allegedly.
Yeah. Fastlane is in the books, and Fastlane I thought was actually a decent show.
It was. It was like Super SmackDown, but I still liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But it is now in the books, and because of that fact, we are now officially in the Fast lane to WrestleMania. You like that? Yeah.
Yay.
Anyways, the card is shaping up for the biggest show of the year in wrestling, the Super Bowl of wrestling, if you will. We're getting
or one might call it the WrestleMania of wrestling.
Oh, look at you. Basically the end of the wrestling season for our non-wrestling fans that listen to the show. Every year you have your WrestleMania. That's where all the storylines for the year lead up to this big moment, and boom, everything blows off and we start anew the Monday after WrestleMania, the next night actually after WrestleMania. And it goes towards the next year. So I figured after Fastlane is down, I got the card as it stands right now in front of me. We can kind of run through some of these matches and talk about what we're thinking, whether or not we're interested in this, maybe, you know, who we think could win, who we think, you know, what we're thinking, basically. I don't know why I'm dragging it out.
Right. So, you know, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're hoping happens, our opinions on such things.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to pick them at random, but I am going to kind of lead up to what I think are the biggest matches of the show. So I'm going to start off with... Okay, and this is more because of my opinion for one wrestler in this match, why I am the least excited about this match. I'm going to go with the United States Championship match. Bobby Roode at Fastlane lost his title to Randy fucking Orton.
Yep.
I do not give a shit about Randy Orton. I haven't for years because he has been the same goddamn character for close to a decade now. It's the same thing with Cena. It's the same shit over and over again to where you just get bored. Now, the difference between Cena and Orton is Cena at least tries to have a decent match when he's out there, whereas Randy Orton half the time looks like he's fucking asleep and slapping rest holds on for 20 minutes a match. And he wears a sleeveless fucking hoodie. I can't support that. So US Championship match, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton. What are your thoughts? Like, are you excited for this match? Am I in the minority here?
No, I'm the minority here. I didn't really care about the match at Fastlane, and I think I'm even more, or I care even less about the rematch. The only reason that I'm particularly happy about it is that it guarantees Bobby Roode a spot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
Technically, he should have been, he would have been defending his title, hopefully, anyway. But it looks as if they're going to make this a triple threat.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because Jinder Mahal has had his, his storied past with Randy.
And his engorged nipples.
Yeah.
His aggressive nipples.
Aggressive. Ruthless nipples.
Hey, is the side effect of steroids hair loss?
Yeah.
Is it?
Is he losing his hair too?
Have you not seen him lately?
I haven't paid attention much.
Bro, he's growing his hair out, but motherfucker's got a very noticeable thinning bald spot on the very top of his head.
Oh man. I mean, he
out of nowhere.
Getting old too.
No, he's not. Jinder Mahal's a young man.
Is he?
Yes. Hang on, I'm looking it up. I guarantee you, I want to say he's in his early 30s. Hold on.
No.
Yes, sir. Hold on.
Lies you tell.
Anyways, vamp while I look it up.
Yeah. Well, as far as this whole match goes, like I said, it guarantees Bobby a match on WrestleMania. Hopefully, we'll get a super glorious entrance, which would have been much better had he been champion. But
Jinder Mahal, born July 19th, 1986. He is 31 years old.
Well, I'll be. All right. Well, how old were you when you started losing your hair?
We're not talking about me. We're talking about Jinder Mahal. And I didn't take steroids to make that shit happen.
Exactly.
I started losing my hair. I am 38 now.
Mm-hmm. Give or take.
I do no give or take. I started losing my hair. It started to thin out it was starting to thin around 2010.
Mm-hmm. So about 30.
And I started like just shaving my head completely around like 2011.
Yeah. So maybe
like I started to notice it right around the time I
gave him a bad hair gene.
So I mean now that I guess right around the same age I started to lose my hair.
Yeah, see?
Because I if you look at pictures of when my daughter was born, I had a full head of hair, but you could see it was starting to thin.
Oh, you know what happened? I don't even think it was genetics. I think it was just stress, man.
Yeah, man.
I didn't get a gray hair until Kevin was born.
Bro, you ever? I mean, when I don't shave my head, and it's coming in, it's almost all gray on the sides, and then my beard. I went from having because I had black hair, so it's like I went from having like a black beard to where now I have this weird like triangle that goes from like my chin out like to my neck of gray hair underneath, or white hair, homie. Actually. Not even salt and pepper. It's white hair on the bottom of my chin all the way to my neck. And I'm starting to get it now in my mustache to where I'm like, fuck. I've always sworn I'm never going to use Just for Men. If I go gray or white, it's just going to happen. But god damn, I feel like I'm too young to even look like this.
You'll start looking like Kevin Nash when he came back.
Yeah, man. But now it's like because I've had a beard for so long and it's been white in that area for so long that if I start dyeing it, everybody's going to know. So I'm like, fuck.
Wait a minute. You look different. You have to do it gradually.
Yeah.
This is how much we care about this match.
See, we're talking about. There you go. Exactly. We're having more of a conversation about getting older and losing our hair and it turning white than we are about this fucking match. I don't care. Randy Orton does nothing for me now. I want Randy Orton to retire. Like, I don't care. I do not care. Unless he changes his gimmick to where he's, he hits him, he takes a big knock in the head and thinks he's Robin from Batman. I don't care. I don't, just be Doink. I don't care.
What
do
about
anything
when
different.
He did his brief stint with the Wyatt family?
It was still Randy Orton. Only now his eyes glowed and he could teleport.
Yeah, what happened to Randy's magic powers?
Yeah, as if you ever want a laugh, I still say the funniest thing we've ever done on this show is still the last 15 minutes of episode 3 where we talked about the House of Horrors match.
Oh my goodness.
Still to this day, if I go back and listen to that, I still laugh. When Randy Orton teleports, we thought that there's apparently a portal in the fridge that he was stuck under because that's what led him under the ring to where he could teleport there before Bray Wyatt's Uber got him to the arena. I don't care about this match. I don't. There's nothing about this match I care about. I'm happy to see Bobby Roode at WrestleMania. Good for him.
Hopefully he just gets to regain it. Give Randy
I worry that they'll give it to Jinder
run with the U.S. title, so he can say that he held every belt,
and that's what they're already doing.
Yeah,
Grand Slam champion. But Byron Saxton or Tom Phillips, Randy Orton's trying really hard to make it to the Hall of Fame. Hey, guess what? There's no qualifications to get into the Hall of Fame.
Not at all.
There's a guy named James Dudley who's in the Hall of Fame right now. You know what he was famous for? Not a goddamn thing. He was Vince McMahon's limo driver. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Drew Carey is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Okay? Technically,
nobody cares.
Yeah, technically, Joan London is in the WWE Hall of Fame because she won the Warrior Award a couple years ago. There's no qualifications, and we're going to get to that a little later because the latest inductee in the WWE Hall of Fame has been extremely polarizing for fans, and I do want to get into some discussion of it.
We'll talk about it.
All right, so we're moving on to the next one because I'm done talking about Randy. I mean, I'm sure when WrestleMania is coming up, we're going to get into more predictions after all the storylines play out leading up to it, but I feel
Sorry.
Did you get it caught in your zipper? What the fuck?
No, I think Roderick Strong just killed Cedric Alexander.
Oh wait, are you talking about the backbreaker spot on the like ring post?
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit.
I haven't seen that episode of 205 Live, but I saw a gif of it on Twitter, and I did the same thing when I saw it.
This is what we do. We watch 205 Live while we're recording.
Even though it's Thursday night, it's not Tuesday night.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just part of the ritual now.
Yeah, I know. Either 205 Live or NXT is what we seem to watch when we're recording. Yeah, no. So to set the scene for those that maybe didn't watch 205 Live this week, Roderick Strong, the Messiah of the Dragon
Milk.
The Messiah of the Backbreaker is on the ring apron, and he's holding Cedric Alexander. He's got one arm hooked up on his leg, the other arm hooked up on the side of his body under his armpit. So he's holding him like a sack of concrete, in a way. And he literally walks over to the ring post and just tosses him to where he lands back first on top of it and falls to the floor. It's nasty looking.
Yeah, it looks brutal.
So there we go. Once again, more proof that we don't care about Randy Orton and the U.S. title match. We're talking about 205 Live. But what I was going to say was, I do agree that I feel like it's going to be a triple threat, especially with the fact that Jinder Mahal kind of made his presence known after Randy won the belt. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a triple threat. And I worry that they're not going to give it to Bobby, that they're going to give it to Jinder at Mania.
Well, whatever.
So, since we're talking about 205 Live, let's talk about what is this match between Roderick Strong and Cedric Alexander is a part of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament, the finals of which will lead up to
at WrestleMania. I haven't watched it.
Okay, I'll give it a few minutes, then we'll go on to another match. Let's talk about the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Why?
It has not been officially announced yet, but from what I am hearing, it is going to happen. Why? Because we got a lot of people that we want to get a paycheck because WrestleMania is the biggest day of the year. We got to get them on the show.
That's a lot of motherfuckers there on the card.
Now, I asked this because this is probably the one title, if you will, in WWE that probably means the least is the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. There's been plenty of people that have won it that you thought they were going to do something with. And for whatever reason, it fizzles out like a bad fart in church. Cesaro. After he won the Andre Battle Royal, they put him with Heyman, and that lasted all of like 3 weeks.
Right.
And then his push just stalled out. Baron Corbin. They look like they were going to push him, and then he wins Money in the Bank, and he, gets in trouble because he can't keep his mouth shut on Twitter, and he gets de-pushed. Now it's looking like they're going to do something with him again, but Mojo Rawley. The only reason why I feel like he won it is because he's buddies with Gronk, and they wanted that, that celebrity moment at Mania last year. So my question is, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year, who should win it? And are there any surprise entrants in it that you think we would get? Like the last few years, we've had some surprise NXT guys in there.
Yeah. Who should win this year? You know, I really don't know. Because I don't really care. I'm thinking it'll be somebody like Ty Dillinger or some shit.
Oh no, they don't give a shit about Ty Dillinger. He's about as cared for on the main roster as Mike Kanellis.
True. But, you know, maybe they'll do something with him. But who will actually win it? It'll probably end up being another NXT guy.
You think an NXT guy is going to win it?
Yeah, I'm thinking it'll be like Killian Dane or some shit.
Well, he was in it last year.
Yeah.
And he had a really good showing last year.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be something like that. I think... No, you know what? I take that back. I do think it'll be something like that. I think it will be the guy who had a surprise showing in the Royal Rumble this year. I think Andrade Almas will enter the Andre Battle Royal and win it. That's what I think. How about that?
All right.
All of like 3-4 weeks out predicting shit that we have no idea about.
We don't even know if they're having it. Because they are having the Moolah Battle Royal.
I correct you, sir. You didn't hear about this, did you?
No, what?
Well, on Monday, they announced that they were having the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, where they were going to have all the women on the main roster that are not already in a match, and probably some NXT women.
Right.
And they were going to have that Battle Royal like they do for the men.
Right.
Well, after they announced that, Twitter blew the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Why, do you ask? Well... because Fabulous Moolah has kind of a sketchy past that's come to light in the last few years, to where many people were saying, why are you going to memorialize something after somebody with such horrible things that they may have been doing in their life?
What'd she do?
Well, good sir, Moolah has kind of been known for several years to, she trained many women's wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
And not only did she train them, but she gave them a place to stay. However, as part of their training, she would also act as their booking agent.
Uh-huh.
So she would take a little bit off the top of their booking fees. She would... and
that what booking agents do?
Well, yes, but she took a little bit more than probably most booking agents would take, supposedly. She was abusive. She would supposedly, allegedly, pimp them out to promoters and other businessmen.
What? Sex trafficking wrestlers?
Yes, supposedly. Allegedly.
Wow. Who corroborated this?
Several women that have worked or were trained by her or live with her. Several. I'll just put it that way. It's not just one or two. It's been quite a few people, actually. Kind of the Bill Cosby scenario, to where, wow, there's so many people saying this, there might be something to it, huh?
Jeez.
And they're all pretty much telling the same story. It's not even like, and one time she shoved something up my ass. Like, no, like they're all pretty much saying she took my money. She, had me live with her. She, would, treat me like crap. She would, book me out to places to where sometimes I wouldn't even see a dime afterwards because she took so much from me. She would pimp me out and, Yeah, there's horrible things. It's not hard to find. If you look it up online, you will more than likely find it. So what happened is Twitter blew the fuck up. And some of those people that I've grown to supremely dislike on Twitter were some of those people that were blowing the fuck up. Now, I knew a lot about the Moolah stories as well, but in my mind, I was thinking, well, I already see Twitter's blowing the fuck up. This is 2018. If social media has told me anything, this name is not going to last long.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to say something to the right person. They're going to put pressure on WWE, and it will be taken away. Mm-hmm. And that happened. Apparently, one of the main sponsors for WrestleMania, Snickers, found out about this.
What you call me?
Snickers found out about this and reached out to WWE and said, hey, what do you guys know about this? And they, kind of were like, well, it's never been proven, yes, there's been rumors, blah, blah, blah. They kind of put some pressure on him, and WWE just a few hours ago announced that Fabulous Moolah's name is being taken off of the Battle Royal, and it is now just going to be known as the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal.
Wow. They couldn't think of another woman to put on there?
A lot of people were asking for them to call it the Mildred Burke Memorial Battle Royal. Mildred Burke, another legendary female wrestler from the golden age of wrestling, if you will. Mildred Burke was a straight up shooter. Like, she was a badass, and that's why a lot of people wanted it to be named after her.
Let's do the Joni Lauer Classic, man.
Again, another name that I think could go out there, but you would probably have some Twitter warriors again point to the fact that after she left, she left WWE to make a buck, she started doing porn. And then her substance abuse issues, which eventually led to her death.
Yeah. Just call it the fucking Stephanie McMahon Classic and call it a day.
There you go.
Or even the Linda McMahon Classic.
The Stephanie McMahon Classic. The person who now they are saying on WWE television is the leader of the women's evolution.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Chew on that. So, who wins the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal?
Ember Moon.
You think Ember?
Yeah. Why not? Or give it to the Aussies.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I think it'll be somebody like, I don't know. I lean towards like a Natty or something like that, but
yeah.
No, I think it'll probably be like Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Or
like
Naomi.
Giving Becky like the first of stuff.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why I like Becky Lynch anymore.
I do. I know why I like Becky Lynch.
Why?
Did you see her? Did you see her ring gear from Fastlane?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Okay. There you go. I didn't know Becky had all that.
I didn't either. I said, well, wait a minute, little lady. Hold on now.
Hold up.
It could be smoke and mirrors, though. You never know.
It
push some stuff in the right place,
Well, how do you push it back there?
Well, you can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, either way, I mean, I'm a call me David Copperfield because I'm a fan of magic. Because Jesus. All right. Let's see what other match. Let's go to. Have you finished the Roderick Cedric match?
Yes.
So you know that Cedric Alexander is moving on to the finals of the Cruiserweight Championship,
and I'm okay with it.
He will be taking on the winner of the Drew Gulak Mustafa Ali match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship at WrestleMania. I'll say this. I feel like it's going to be Drew Gulak because he's the heel and because he is the one, quote, character that has jumped out the most in the cruiserweight division.
For sure.
Mustafa Ali's kind of in the same path as Cedric Alexander. He's the face, but he's like a human highlight reel.
Yeah.
While I would love to see a human highlight reel type match at WrestleMania between a Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, I don't think we're getting that.
No, I actually prefer Gulak. He's actually been probably the most entertaining person on 205 Live recently.
And aside from that, he's a damn good worker.
And yeah, I was going to say that too. And his matches have been incredible. And he's this vicious streak that they're giving him now.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
The second coming of Iceman Dean Malenko.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's just him holding a dragon sleeper on people for for 20 seconds has just been crazy.
So that's what I think we're getting. And if that's the case, how do you not have Cedric win at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. I think it's long overdue. In my mind, Cedric Alexander should have been Cruiserweight champion ages ago.
True.
In my mind, Cedric Alexander should be moved up to the heavyweight ranks and, in a mid-card title hunt, as far as I'm concerned. He's fantastic. But he does have horrible fucking entrance music.
Oh, yeah.
They've even shortened it. They've shortened it because that intro... And now I'm heading home, and I'm on, let go.
Like, why does he have that Drew McIntyre style intro? Like, you're not that cool yet.
And by the way, take our word for it. Those are the exact words of that theme song.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Don't look it up. We're right. Burning down, I beat it all. It's just like, 2.5 minutes of somebody doing really slow scatting on the mic.
Get a ball, I'm ready ball. Get a band on spoon ball.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so now we're getting into like some of the good shits now. Of WrestleMania. So I'm just going to start picking them at random. The women's championship match. The SmackDown women's championship match.
What about it, motherfucker?
Actually, we'll even throw both of them in this and talk about them at the same time. It hasn't been announced yet, but after what happened on Monday, we also know that the Raw women's championship match, what's more than likely going to be happening at WrestleMania. For Raw, you are likely to be getting Alexa Bliss taking on Nia Jax.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool how they've been telling the story. However, again, Twitter blew the fuck up about the Nia Jax angle that happened on Monday. A lot of people were feeling it was lazy storytelling. For those that are not wrestling fans, Nia Jax is a former plus size model. Nia Jax is gorgeous.
Yes, she is. And if you say anything bad about her, I'll cut you.
That's right. But Nia is a bigger girl. Oh, see, God damn you, Clifford L. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know there was all that going on there with Becky.
I didn't either.
Anyways, Nia is a bigger girl, and they did an angle where Alexa Bliss played up a mean girl stereotype and was talking about Nia, comparing her to things like Shrek, and talking about her looks. And people got uber offended by this. And, look, was it lazy storytelling? Absolutely. But I am an overweight man. I'm not an overweight woman, so I can't relate in that aspect, but it didn't bother me because this has been wrestling since day one. They go for the lowest common denominator when it comes to stuff like that.
Right. Anybody remember Piggy James?
Exactly. The only difference was, in this case, Nia is going to whoop Alexa's ass.
Right.
When they were talking shit about Mickey gaining weight back in the day, Mickey got her ass whooped.
Right.
And that was the end of the story. So they basically publicly humiliated her and then pushed her down the card until she left the company. So you are going to get the bully getting their comeuppance at WrestleMania, without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that Nia Jax wins the title at WrestleMania. I mean, do you disagree?
Not at all. I mean, I particularly love the fact that they're showcasing Nia. I do think that they could have gone in a different direction. It could have just been her, she could have just wanted the title, you know what I mean? And and the whole part of, Alexa Bliss talking about her shortcomings and stuff like that, I get. But to go off the, and also you're fat and ugly. It's just like, it's back to some Divas Championship type shit.
It's lazy storytelling.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. But come on, people. People were just, that's part of the reason why I wanted to throw my phone across the room again. I don't know why I checked Twitter during Raw, but like I said, I was live tweeting the show and I'm reading people like just acting like they fucking pulled a gun on Nia Jax on Raw.
Yeah, well, the social justice police are
one person, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. I'm shaking right now. I'm so angry. For real? Like, really?
You're that can't handle it, man.
Don't you have any relaxation techniques in your book of tricks or bag of tricks that you can pull out, right? Take some deep breaths. It's not that big a deal. It's pro wrestling.
Hey, I figured you'd be you're always the women's champion there.
I am.
I am all over that.
I think that
dare they?
I 100% think that Nia should be champion, not just because I think she's gorgeous, not just because
she's not like most girls.
There you go. She's not like most girls. She's a beast. Like, she just whoops people's ass. But she is not your cookie cutter female wrestler. And I think that you should put the belt on somebody like Nia, because not only can you showcase, hey, look at how strong and powerful she is. Look at how beautiful she is. Mm-hmm. And guess what? She's not a size 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that girls should have a role model like Nia Jax.
I think that's kind of what I think that's their end game, because at the end of the day, she's going to get her, she's going to get her comeuppance. Alexa Bliss will, and Nia will be, probably turned to face in the moment also, and get people behind her, and maybe they're going for the sympathy card, but like you said, it is stupid writing. It is lazy writing. But I kind of get where they're going. It's still stupid.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like ripping off the Band-Aid, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is the painful part. We get it over with, and now we get on to the story itself.
Yeah.
But I would not be doing my job as a podcaster and as you've referred to us on occasion, wrestling journalist.
That's right.
If I didn't point out the fact that before the angle happened on Monday Night Raw, Nia Jax was in a match with a wrestler known as Joan King.
The individual that Nia is going to take on here, scared to death. Joan King. Joan King. Thanks for coming, Joan. You brave woman, you.
Yeah.
And when I saw Joan King, I immediately went, I know this wrestler. And texted Cliff and said, hey, Shayla Hyde is on Monday Night Raw.
And to that I said, get the fuck out of here.
Our friend, and to this date, only interview on WNA podcast.
That's right.
The wicked Miss Shayla Hyde was on Monday Night Raw. We have a guest who was on WWE television.
That's right. Our shit's gonna blow up, son.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Shayla, congratulations. I know
Shayla.
Yes. I you follow her on Twitter. She's a wrestler. I dare say anybody that gets into pro wrestling, if their goal is to not make it to the big time like WWE, they're lying. Hopefully, we will see more of Joan King on WWE television, but even if we do not, still, it's something to be proud of that you were on WWE television, and we are proud of you, Shayla.
Yes,
so congratulations, and hopefully we will be seeing you again on WWE television.
Let's get her down in the Performance Center, damn it.
That's right. So, Shayla, if you're listening, congratulations.
Hire Joni.
I did. As soon as I realized it was her, I immediately tweeted out hashtag Raw, hashtag sign Joan King. Yeah, and I started searching the name, and you know what? Shayla, be happy that there were quite a few people that were saying the same thing on the interwebs. They felt that you should be signed. There were quite a few people that were like, hey, they could have like a female James Ellsworth, like the underdog who did good, So yes, Shayla, congratulations. We're proud of you.
We are.
And if you'd like to listen to our interview with Shayla Hyde, go into our archives and listen to episode 10, in which we interview Miss Hyde. Women's championship match on the SmackDown side. The Empress of Tomorrow made her surprise appearance at Fastlane and challenged Charlotte. So we're getting Charlotte versus Asuka. And I'm going to hang my hat on the fact that I called that shit ages ago, that I thought it was going to be Asuka versus Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Man, Stevie Wonder could see that shit.
I will punch you in the goddamn scrotum.
I'm just saying, though.
That match is going to be great. I feel like that match is going to be one of the best matches on the show.
I'm thinking that might be match of the night.
Yeah, because Charlotte has proven she can go with anybody. Asuka is fantastic.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that match. That's one of the matches I am the most excited for on the card.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I really can't. Do not let Charlotte beat Asuka. But
I'm not going to lie.
I don't know who else is ever going to beat her.
It's going to be Ronda Rousey.
It better not be.
I guarantee it. I'll put money on it right now. I am that certain that it is going to be Ronda Rousey that beats Asuka.
But why?
Because that's what they do. They give it to somebody who doesn't need the rub. That's what they do. Why did Undertaker's streak end at 21-0? End up against Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
Brock didn't need to beat him.
True.
but they did it.
But Rousey, though?
I mean, I ask you this. If anybody else beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, do you not think it would be a bigger deal?
If they would have given it to anybody, it could have been
Roman.
It could have been Roman first, yeah.
It could have been Seth. It could have been anybody. If you gave that to anybody, it would have been a bigger deal. It was a big deal when he lost, but the fact that it was Brock that did it, it is what it is. Like, he's the guy that beat Undertaker's streak, but nobody's like, oh my God, he's the guy that beat the Undertaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's already Brock Lesnar.
Right. But I don't think Charlotte beats Asuka. And I say that now, and if it happens, of course, everybody's going to go, ha, Rob was wrong. But I don't see it. I think Asuka wins. I think then Carmella cashes in her Money in the Bank, and Asuka beats her too.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that. No, actually, I won't.
I wouldn't either, because I love Carmella, but
yeah, I'd rather Carmella cash in on Alexa.
There you go. Oh, maybe that's what happens. Maybe Alexa does beat Nia, and Carmella cashes in on her.
Yeah, because Alexa's going to get beat down after the match.
Right.
Yep. Cliff called it.
Oh, look at you. All right. Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I feel like this match could be one of the best matches of the show as well. Who do you give it to?
I'm thinking they're going to give it to Finn.
Really?
Yeah, because what is he going to do?
I don't know. No, I do not give it to Finn. You know what I do? I have Miz retain, and then we'll get to that a little later. I move Finn to SmackDown. And then I have Seth go heel on the winner of the Universal title match the next night on Raw, because Seth should be a heel.
True.
And now you have two big heels in Miz and Seth in the Universal title hunt after WrestleMania.
So you're saying Roman definitely is going to win?
1000% Roman Reigns is winning. We'll get that match out of the way right now then.
All right.
Roman versus Brock is happening at WrestleMania.
True.
At this moment.
Shoot of all time.
Roman's promo work has been incredible.
Yeah, it's been great.
Look, you give him a mic and make it look like a shoot, and he's a good promo all of a sudden.
Yeah. If he's not having to fucking memorize lines. Like, hey.
He's not saying suffer and succotash.
Yeah. Go out there and just say how you feel, buddy. And I think that now they trust him to do that, which they didn't for a while. And I think it takes a while before, I don't know if it's just the brass, if it's Vince, or if it's the writers, or who makes the calls, but at the end of the day, it's like, they have to really believe that you can go out there and cut an efficient promo. But I do think they feel like, like writers write. That's what they do. So what's the point of having writers on your show if you're going to let guys just go out and riff? Because then it's kind of pointless.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, in the age of what it is today, in the writer strikes and writers guild and all that shit, like, it's different than, when it was even 10 years ago, 15 years ago with Vince Russo writing shit and
giving people bullet points.
Yeah. But now it's like the writers that are in the WWE now they're writers. Like, that's all they do. And they write fictional stories,
And And they write promos so that when they cut them on their iPhone, words pop up on the screen.
Yeah. Which, oh God, I hate that so much.
I hate it so goddamn much.
So much.
Oh my God, do I hate it? I hate it so much.
I hate it when they were doing it at Fastlane. When they were previewing the damn championship match. I'm like, wait a minute.
God.
Why are we doing this during the fucking promo for the championship? Like, really?
I point to Braun Strowman's promo from Monday Night Raw. Every time he said the word piano, it popped up on the screen. And he said it like 3 goddamn fucking times in that promo. I threw a piano at you. That's right, I said piano. Did I stutter? It was a piano.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I really don't.
Get these hands. And then, like, it pops up on the screen and like the fucking hand emoji, like the high five emoji pop. Like, it's come on.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it must be something. It must be something that the kids are doing nowadays. And we're just too old to get it.
But it's bleeding into the show itself, because when New Day makes their entrance, it happens now.
Yeah. But
and that's not on an iPhone.
Doing it on the Titantron, where it's just like when Big E's doing the like, what the fuck are they doing? Detroit. I thought you were on a loop.
You like that,
dude? Can I say that I fucking hate Sabatelli and Moss?
Yeah, you can say it.
Oh my God.
Or as I like to call them, the Juicy Twins.
They're the fucking worst.
And I'm not saying juicy because I think it's sexy. I'm saying juicy because I feel like they own the juice.
Own that juice.
Wow, my throat hurts.
Whoa. Pause.
No, not from sucking cock. My throat hurts from trying to be Big E.
Trying to take Big E? What?
Yeah, it took it all. Straight to the balls, son.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, moving on.
We had pancakes afterwards.
I thought only the king ate pancakes.
I don't know. Do they, Craig? Does he? Craig? Craig Dixon, Wretched Wrestling?
Throwback.
Throw it back. There you go. Does Jerry Lawler eat pancakes? Ciampa has been in the gym, dude. He's looking cut up. Here's another thing that I love about Tommaso Ciampa. Not that we were talking about it on the show. That shirt that he wears, that Blackheart shirt.
Yeah.
I want that shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that shirt, right?
Yeah.
He actually has told WWE he does not want that shirt made for everybody. He only wants to be the person that has that shirt.
Then that's
how heel is that?
That's
how heel is that?
That's like Jericho heel right there.
Oh, you want this? You can't have it. I'm the only one that has it.
You'll find somebody who'll make them online.
But that's money out of his pocket. But that's how you sacrifice to get yourself over, goddammit.
Yeah. Dude, Center Stage I haven't been to for a wrestling event, but it actually looks really good on TV.
Yeah, the old WCW mainstay, Center Stage in Atlanta.
Yeah, every time it's like, hey, Center Stage, I'm like, fuck, I gotta work. No.
All right,
shout out to Percy Watson.
Oh yeah, your boy Percy.
Yeah, my homie. He couldn't give me tickets, but that's still my guy.
Does Percy listen?
I don't know. Maybe.
Did you ever tell him? Did you ever tell him that we have a podcast?
Nah. So he probably doesn't. But, shit happens.
Why didn't you tell him that you got a podcast?
I don't know. Probably the same reason I didn't tell John Cena I had a podcast.
It's just like a thing. Like,
you don't want him to go, fucking Mark.
Right, fuck out of here, like I met Elijah Burke when I was working at Tyler Perry, and I was like,
ooh,
like I saw him. He was just like in line auditioning with people, and I was like, hey,
Pope.
yeah, I was like, so, Pope. What are you doing here? He turned around. He just gave me that fucking big ass Kool-Aid smile. He's like, oh man. I'm like, bruh. So I think I'm the only person here that knows who you are. Like for real. But you know, he's like, ah man, you know, I'm just out here trying to get it, man. I'm out here trying to get it. I'm like, that's what's up. He was just auditioning for just a random ass part. But anywho. Back to this card.
Did you guys go out for lunch or anything afterwards?
We did not.
I mean, you're big timing and everything. I mean, if you're a big timer, why wouldn't you take Pope out for lunch?
Well, I had to work.
Oh, that's how it is.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh, you know what just hit me right now?
Ooh, what hit you?
What I just realized?
What?
I'm drunk.
You just found out? Wait a minute.
I just finished number 3.
Wow.
And anybody that drinks dragon's milk knows that's a lot of beer.
Yes, it is.
It's got a high alcohol content. High the 11%.
It's got
It's 11%.
I've only had one, so I've had one tall boy.
Yeah. So I'm warning you, every time I start laughing and the oxygen goes away from my brain, I feel like my lips get numb. So let's talk about shit I hate. Fucking no.
No.
All right.
Talk about the card, damn it.
All right. So
Lesnar Roman.
No,
Roman wins.
we were okay. All right. We were talking about Lesnar Roman. Let's veer off the path a little bit and talk about what supposedly is coming tomorrow. We record on Thursday night right now. Tomorrow being Friday the 16th. This episode will drop. So as you are listening to this, I will now rephrase it and say today. Word
we gotta
is
do it like we're on a taped show.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah.
Today, March 16th. Word is that the filmmaker who we've been talking about the last few weeks, who supposedly has inside info from a steroid dealer, and I'm not making it up when I say that the filmmaker's name is John Bravo.
Wow.
Is supposed to be releasing video on YouTube today that details the relationship that this steroid dealer had with Roman Reigns.
Wow.
WWE has kind of had Braun Strowman in a holding pattern the last few weeks because word is, according to Dave Meltzer, they've been looking at it as if the information that comes out about Roman Reigns is pretty damning and we have to pull him from the main event match, we'll slide Braun Strowman in there. But now that they have kind of a path for Braun Strowman, which again, I point to, if this info comes out tomorrow and it's damning, WWE still has an exit strategy, and I'll get to that in a second with what they've done with Braun Strowman. But supposedly this video is going to come out. Not only is it going to implicate Roman Reigns in, supposedly on the receiving end of steroids, which WWE being a publicly traded company, and they like to hang their hat on the fact that they have this wellness policy in which they drug test for steroids. How does somebody obtain and use steroids and not get caught on your piss test?
Mm-hmm.
To which I think everybody in the world then looks over at Jinder Mahal and goes, yeah.
Right. I think that they just haven't had one.
No, I know for a fact they do. I know for a fact they do. However, while it is random, the boys know what time of the month people get tested. From what I hear. So you can cycle off or take masking agents, what have you, before that test comes about. And if you're one of those random people picked, great. If you're not, okay, cycle back on until the next month. As we've talked about on the show before, while I don't like the idea that these guys are taking steroids, if they want to do it, fine, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. Okay, up there. Do it. Do it. Do it as long as you want to. Because who am I to tell a man that he can't look his best for a TV show?
Now, you know, like one of the side effects is that your fucking balls shrink, right?
Hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's why I can never take steroids.
Because then your balls would just be non-existent.
No, I have giant balls, sir. I have a little dick, but giant balls.
Oh, yeah. All balls, I forgot.
I'm proud of those big balls. If I took steroids, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. But anyways, we're talking about my balls. Do you shave your balls?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, you don't do it? Like,
It's
you
not
don't try
consistent.
to keep them trim?
No.
I try to keep my shit trim.
When I look down and I'm like, holy shit. That's a lot. And I'm like, all right, let me get that out of here.
When did Foxy Brown get in my shorts?
Right. But other than that, you know, I'm like,
God damn, is that Link from Mod Squad? What the fuck? Oh, see, I started choking there when you said I love it.
I love it. I really do.
No, it is a cosmetic business, and being on steroids has nothing to do with what they do in the ring.
Right. It's like saying that women who get breast implants for WWE are doing performance enhancing surgery. It's like, so chicks can do that. They can go get their breasts done, but I can't get my muscles looking bigger.
I can't get on swole.
Yeah, like I can't go get chest implants.
Would you?
No.
Would you get pec implants?
Not at all.
I want you to now.
Oh yeah.
I want you to come back home. Come here to record, walking in with fucking
just them big beefy man tits.
Right, looking like Big E. You walk in, I'll be like, oh, because everything else about you is like normal size except your pecs. Be like, oh shit, I don't know whether to shake your hand or milk you. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm in a C cup now, bruh. We getting it in.
I'm getting it in, son. Apparently, though, not only will Roman be implicated, but they're saying that multiple WWE superstars will be implicated when this evidence comes out.
Hopefully, it's John Cena.
Juicy juice. So now I toyed when I was writing up the outline about playing this game right here, but now that I'm drunk, I want to play this game. If you had to take bets on who on the roster could could be one of these people implicated, who would it be?
Who? Okay.
And we all say this allegedly. Is that going to not get us in trouble?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
This is just in a game of who done it. This is Clue.
Who was using the clear and cream? Who was using that needle? Who needs their mammary glands removed? What?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with, of course, Jinder Mahal is number one on that list.
Drop that theme music right now. There you go.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with definitely Team Juicy.
Tino and Riddick, huh?
Yep. The next, I'd actually say John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's 40 plus.
And he's abnormally cut up the fuck up.
Yeah.
But if you see his workout videos online, dude.
Oh, he gets it in for sure.
Yeah.
Triple H.
Yeah, he goes from like Ed Roland to WrestleMania Triple H pretty easily, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He goes from like big beefy dude to like cut the fuck up pretty easily.
Who else would fit the bill at this point? Who else is juicy? I don't know. Who you think? Who you got?
Gender for one. Orton. I wouldn't be shocked if Orton was. I don't know. I'm sure there's more that would come to mind if I had time to sit here and think, but I'm having a hard time focusing.
Lars Sullivan.
Because now all I'm thinking about is you walking in the door with like fucking giant fucking
shaved tits.
All right, let's move on to the next match. Let's go to right now. It is booked as Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. However, after what happened on SmackDown on Tuesday,
I was like, what the fuck, Shay?
he wouldn't fucking stop doing it. You know what? If we're able, if it's not here, I apologize. But if we can, let's insert a drop of it right about now. I read on Twitter, somebody said, I was watching this in my room with the volume up kind of loud, and my mom thought I was watching porn. Shane got his ass beat by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and for some reason, when he was laying there supposedly trying to act like he was hurt beyond, any ability to function, all he could think to do was go, Well, I put up a link to that story from Cage Side Seats on our Twitter account. And when I said something about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens beat Shane's ass, and I put in parentheses, ooh.
It's like, is he giving birth?
So this is going to become a triple threat, obviously. I feel like it's going to become a triple threat with Daniel Bryan as the ref. What do you think?
I hope not. Because I don't want to see Daniel Bryan as a ref. I really don't.
I just saw that Becky Lynch picture again.
I just want to see him leave the WWE and show up at the All In pay-per-view.
Ooh.
Ooh. That's all I want.
Saw that Becky Lynch picture. Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
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 Yeah. So we don't need to get into who we think is going to win that. We'll save that for if the match comes to be, which more than likely will happen. Let's talk about the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship. Braun Strowman taking on the Bar. Cesaro and Sheamus. Do you think it's a handicap match, or do you think that Braun has a partner?
I think his partner's gonna be
Elias.
Exactly. Stupid WWE booking.
Now,
and
what
they're gonna win the tag team championships.
I tweeted this out on Monday. I feel like it should be Braun and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that'd be like too much like right.
So it'll probably be Braun and Elias, and Samoa Joe will win the Andre Battle Royal.
Oh no. No. Please no.
Ooh. You don't like that?
No, not at all. He needs to be as far away from the Dusty Rhodes Classic or the Andre the Giant whatever battle royal as humanly possible.
Oh God, I love doing that so much. From here on out now, whenever something bad happens.
Did Joe miss WrestleMania last year too?
He did.
Damn, son.
He did.
You think that they're gonna sour on him?
I don't think so, because they just trademarked his name.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently Joe must be allowing them to do it, but they just filed the trademark for Samoa Joe for wrestling purposes.
Huh.
Joe's owned the name since 2007.
Right. So I wonder what that means.
That he's probably going to be with the company for a while.
Yeah, but still.
So from now on, whenever something that we don't like happens on this show, we talk about it. I think somebody should just go, ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I don't know if it's because I'm a little intoxicated that I enjoy doing that so much. So yeah, we know that Braun's gonna win with whether it be by himself or with a partner. But like I said, if the Roman allegations end up being severe enough to where they don't want him in the main event, you could just now have them say, yes, Braun, even though you won the tag title shot at WrestleMania, you don't have a partner. Nobody wants to be your partner. You have to forfeit the shot to somebody else. And then maybe you slide Matt Hardy and a returning Jeff Hardy as the Woken Hardys into that match.
Whoa. Did you see also, speaking of the Hardys, just recently Jeff Hardy got a DUI.
Yeah. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Because he is somebody that has worked to clean up his life. And he not only did he get a DUI, a DWI.
Yeah.
He blew a .25.
Yeah.
That's fucking drunk. Like that's drunk.
I wonder what happens there, man.
He apparently drove into a guardrail.
Wow.
And fucked up his Cadillac.
But why, Jeff?
I don't know, man. The ultimate deletion
is happening this Monday. They've already filmed it at the Hardy Complex, and supposedly Jeff has a cameo. Is it as Brother Nero?
Ooh, that'd be nice. I would like.
If it is as Brother Nero, then I think the whole reason why they're having this match on Raw and not at WrestleMania is because they wanted to, like I say, set the stage that in case Braun is going to get moved into another match, you have the Hardys come out and challenge the Bar, because for weeks the Bar has been challenging anybody.
Are you okay?
They've been challenging anybody. They even threw out a challenge on Twitter, and the Young Bucks answered.
Ooh.
How dope would it be if at WrestleMania they take this shot away from Braun and fucking the Young Bucks come out to challenge the Bar?
Do you know how many fanboy cherries will be popped across the world?
I mean, there would be so many people just blowing fat fucking loads in their shorts. It's probably the first, ejaculation that any of them had not done by their hand. In a long goddamn time.
I'm gonna say, you do know that we fall into that category, right?
I'm married. I've had no issues getting puss ever. So throw me in the category. I'll be like, no, I get laid. I don't care.
I get it.
I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to pay for it.
Do it.
Wow. We are off track.
Very much so. See?
All right.
Once the Dragon's Milk start kicking in, you listen to the first half of this show, it was going real nice. Now all of a sudden it's who knows.
Okay, we got 2 more matches to get through. You got Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Ronda and Kurt, there's no reason for them to lose. There's actually no reason for them to even be having this match, but whatever. So we're gonna move on to AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Ooh. Now this one here, I really hope that they give it the time to at least live up to their New Japan match.
Oh God.
Because that match was insane.
It'll probably happen. It'll be the main event of the first hour.
Yeah.
It'll go on at 8:00.
They'll open the fucking show.
It'll go on at 8:00.
Yep.
Because the top of each hour is when they have their main event for each hour, right? It'll probably be the first one. Because, the final one's going to be Brock versus Roman.
Which is whack.
And the second to last one is going to be Ronda and Kurt.
And what about Biker Taker versus John Cena?
Oh, we didn't get into that yet, did we?
Missed one.
Well, I bring that up now because while we're not going to that segment yet, we did get a mailbag question. So I'm going to reach my hand deep into the
mailbag
and pull out this question from our buddies over at the Boar Meets World podcast.
New podcast,
Boar Meets World, from the makers of Raw is Boar, member of the PWO.
Yeah.
They decided to start another podcast in which they focus on Boy Meets World. It's a good show.
The new one? Do they talk about the new one? Girl Meets World?
They will. I'm sure they will.
Do they go episode by episode?
Maybe. I don't know. They ask, how likely do you think we'll see Biker Taker at Mania, and what's your thoughts on that? I find it interesting that you said it and that he said it, because I thought I was going to blow everybody's mind by going, I don't think that Undertaker is going to accept John Cena's challenge. I think it's going to be American Badass Undertaker accepting John Cena's challenge.
Yeah. And
I think it'll be Biker Taker coming out.
This is also a since we're going to get to a certain person entering the WWE Hall of Fame.
Let's get to it now. Fucking Kid Goddamn Rock is going in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Who knows why?
Look, a lot of people are losing their shit over Kid Rock going in the WWE Hall of Fame. Me, I mean, I haven't given a shit about who's going in the WWE Hall of Fame since Kid Rock fucking was popular, so I don't care.
True.
But do I think it's warranted? Again, I point to the fact that Vince's limo driver was in the WWE Hall of Fame, so why do you give a shit if Kid Rock is going in the WWE Hall of Fame? Do I think he's a hillbilly lizard man in a hat? I do. Do I think he is he looks like somebody from I was going to say this town, but then I realized that you lived in this town for a little bit, so I won't say it.
I don't give a shit.
Do I think he looks like somebody from Taylor, Tucky?
Taylor, Tucky?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, in Taylor, Michigan, there's quite a white tank top and white tank top and probably has a shotgun in his car at all times. Crowd. Quite a white trash crowd in that area of Michigan. He looks like he's from that area. So when people were like, "Oh, they announced, Kid Rock's going in the Hall of Fame," when they were in Raw, Raw was in Detroit. Look, coming from a Michigan resident, coming from somebody who has lived on the outskirts of Detroit his entire life, the majority of us don't give a fuck that Kid Rock is from this area.
Not at all.
He had his moment in the sun. That moment passed back in 2003?
Something like that.
Was the last time I think anybody was like, "Ooh, Kid Rock's got an album out." When American Badass came out, that was probably the last time anybody gave a fuck about Kid Rock. However, there's a lot of a certain type of crowd in this area that loves them some Kid Rock.
Yeah, they're called racist.
They are. They're called racists. I'm not even going to beat around the bush with it. Yes, they are the don't tread on me crew, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sure we got listeners that are listening to this right now that are like, "I love Kid Rock." Well,
yep,
you're fucking racist.
We're talking about you, bruh.
No, look, hey, you play anything from that album that I know, I'll probably sing along to it. Ba with the ba.
Ba with the ba, baby.
Cowboy. What else? Devil Without a Cause. He had hits, he did, but hell, one of the best video packages in WWE history was that Lonely Road of Faith song. American Badass was a pretty awesome song. Granted, it was literally Sad But True by Metallica, but hey, it was a good song.
Hey.
But we don't give a shit about Kid Rock.
Nope. But I'll tell you this. if I hear dead man walking, I'm gonna pop.
Well, and that's where a lot of people are thinking that Biker Taker could be the one to answer the question or the challenge, because think about it. WrestleMania last year, the Undertaker character laid his hat and his coat and his gloves down in the middle of the ring and disappeared, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it make sense for the American Badass to show up to challenge John Cena when Kid Rock's going in the Hall of Fame, when he will be at WrestleMania, when he will be performing at WrestleMania, when he will more than likely be able to perform American Badass as Undertaker drives his motorcycle to the ring?
Yup.
Makes sense, right?
I would like Limp Bizkit to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to have like a contest or a tournament to see what's the greatest promo package of all time.
Hands down, my way. Limp Bizkit.
Sure.
WrestleMania 17.
For sure.
Rock and Stone Cold. I watch that promo probably at least once, if not a month, once every other month.
For sure. Just because
it just pops into my head, and I'm like, God damn, let me look that up. And I look it up on YouTube, and I get goosebumps every single time.
I'm gonna do it as soon as we get done recording.
But that Lonely Road of Faith one was a good one.
Yeah,
it's up there. It's up there. But my way, Limp Bizkit, Rock, Stone Cold, still best promo video package of all time.
Oh yeah.
So, what are our thoughts on that? Boar Meets World. Obviously, we're both receptive of it. We'd be fine with it.
I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it'd be cool if Taker comes out as Biker Taker to American Badass being performed live by Kid Rock. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So now that we're getting into this, let's just dig into the other mailbag questions. We got one from the Brocast. What is your favorite wrestling finishing maneuver?
Ooh, of all time?
Of all times. Of all the times.
Many. Oh man.
Well, since you're thinking, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to say mine because it's going to be the Stone Cold Stunner.
Really?
Yes.
Of all time?
Of all time. Because you can hit it on anyone.
True.
Anybody.
But you know, the Stone Cold Stunner is no Spanish Fly. And it's also no Canadian Destroyer.
So you like the flippy shit.
Yeah. I'm a flippy man.
That brief moment in our lives where we thought we were going to train to become wrestlers.
Yeah, I think we should have.
I do too. Sometimes I do think we should have.
I think we'd be like Edge and Christian right now if we did.
Because we are naturally bigger guys.
Yeah. Like we'd be bigger than all the cruiserweights. I would have definitely put on probably 20 or 30 pounds of muscle by now.
I don't know if I would have. I probably still would have been a fat fuck.
Well, you know, you could be a fat wrestler.
I'm not a fat guy.
You're just shapes.
I just am not a fan of cardio.
You could be like, like late Ric Flairpy.
But I'm bigger than Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
So could I have been WWE champion?
If you took the time to train, you had some athleticism on you back in the day.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know?
So yes, my favorite finishing maneuver, Stone Cold Stunner, followed closely by the DDT, Jake Roberts DDT.
What about the Ace Crusher?
The Diamond Cutter, if you will?
Diamond Cutter. Or the RKO.
Fuck the RKO. It's
but
the
you can
diamond
hit
cutter.
it out of anywhere.
You can.
Out of nowhere.
And I think that's the mark of a good finish. If you can hit it on anyone, then it's a good finish.
What about the coup de grace?
The coup de grace? The coup de grace is literally you're jumping off the top rope and stomping on somebody's chest. So then, yes, that is a good finish. However, you still have to get to the top rope.
True.
I think it needs to be sudden. There shouldn't be any setup for it. That's a good finish to me.
Mm-hmm.
The pedigree, while puts everybody down, to me, not a great finish because there's still the setup.
Yeah.
Yes, the stunner was still preceded by a kick to the stomach, but as soon as you kick the guy to the stomach, you immediately were dropping him in the stunner, right?
Right.
The pedigree, you kick the guy in the stomach, you have to bend him over, put his head between your legs, hook both of his arms, and then jump and do the finish.
You know what I never understood about the pedigree?
Why didn't everybody stand up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But a move like the stunner, a move like the diamond cutter, a move like sweet chin music, a move like, as much as I hate the fact that he does it because I think he does a shitty version of it, the brogue kick, the bicycle kick.
Yeah.
Moves like that are sudden and can be hit on anybody are good finishes. I love the GTS. I love the go to sleep. However, you can't hit it on everybody because you're not built like a John Cena when you're CM Punk. John Cena can get anybody up on his shoulders because he's just freakishly strong. Same with Brock Lesnar. But those are not sudden moves because you still have to lift the guy and you have to do whatever motion that goes with it. A good finish to me can be hit on anybody and can be hit like that.
Yeah. We can go on and on about the best finishers or our favorites. I'm going to go with, I like flippy shit. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Canadian Destroyer.
Okay. Broadcast also has a random question. What is the sexiest name? I don't think he's talking about wrestling. He's just asking.
The sexiest name?
Yes.
Velveteen Dream.
Sexiest name. Let me think. How about this? The sexiest name is Tom.
Tom.
But it's got to be spelled with an H.
EHOM.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom.
You like that, Tom, over at the broadcast? All right. What is the least sexiest name?
Robb.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to go with Alan. You like that, Alan, over at the broadcast? Moving on, our buddies Leo and Josh over at the Smart Spot podcast ask, do you think Lesnar Reigns will main event Mania or Styles Nakamura? Leo?
If
it's going to be Reigns.
It's definitely going to be Reigns and Lesnar. However, in a world where we get what we want as wrestling fans, it would be Styles Nakamura. Because win, lose, or draw, that crowd is going to be going ape shit the entire fucking match, regardless of if there's 5 hours of wrestling before it. So I think they could have that match anywhere and it's going to be insane. The Lesnar Reigns match, I think it's going to get shit on like Lesnar Goldberg back in the day. Lesnar Goldberg won.
Yeah.
They're going to boo the fuck out of both of them.
And our final question comes from, as he calls himself, hashtag
OGMCM, Matthew Skeets.
Skeets in the building.
That's right. Skeets is back in the building with a podcast question. And he says, I'm going to read it verbatim because I love his fucking wording here. And Cliff will probably too. He says, yes, lads, glad you're back on the mic. Yes, Skeets, I apologize. We were off for a few weeks there. Here's my question for thee. And he puts in all caps, mailbag. Which 5 stars / teams would you debut on the post Raw and SmackDown following WrestleMania 34?
Ooh.
And the reason why I bring that up is because on Raw this past Monday, Sheamus dropped very subtly, there will be another superstar shakeup after Mania. Skeets. Yeah, Skeets says, for me, I'd have Gargano and Ciampa both debut in the same segment on Raw after their hellacious NXT match, and then AOP debut later on in the show. And SmackDown, I would bring up Ember Moon and Almas.
Okay. I like that. But what I would say is on Raw, I'd bring up Almas to Raw, and I'd bring up AOP to Raw. So I agree with him on that. Honestly, with the way that 205 Live is going lately, I would honestly debut Ciampa and Gargano on 205 Live. I'd introduce them into the Cruiserweight division, which would also be able to get them to wrestle on Raw. And then as far as SmackDown goes, I would do Sanity because the tag team division is shit. So I'd get them to show up to beef with the Bludgeon Brothers after they destroy the Usos and New Day at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as singles competitors on SmackDown, I would bring up Velveteen Dream.
Amazingly, you and I are pretty much in lockstep with everything there.
Shut your mouth.
100% AOP on Raw. Almas, I would bring him up. However, I would have put him on SmackDown. Because I think he has a better chance of not getting lost in the shuffle on SmackDown than he does on Raw. I agree 1,000%. Gargano and Ciampa both get called up and they both go to 205 Live. The initial plan in the beginning of 205 Live was for those guys to be in that division, but DIY caught on in NXT, so they left them there. Mm-hmm. But now that you have that ready-made feud, very similar to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when Kevin Owens got brought up and Sami came up to feud with him, you do the same thing. Except now it's on the main roster. So like you said, more eyes see it. On Raw, I agree that I think Velveteen Dream should go up, but I don't think he goes up yet. I do debut Sanity on SmackDown, which is funny that you said that. Like, I literally Sanity, the entire faction. Yeah. So that means Nikki Cross goes too.
Yeah.
However, on Raw, I would bring up the Aussies.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh. 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 I would bring up the Aussies. I would bring up as a singles competitor, No Way Jose. While he is not a guy who's going to blow people away, he's the kind of character that Vince likes. He's tall. He's got a gimmick. Yep. He's a fun gimmick.
The kids will love him.
There you go. He'd be the guy you put on Raw, and he gets his moment in the sunshine every week.
Yeah. He'll get his...
He's the Raw's honky-tonk man.
Yeah.
He'll be the guy who gets to play that gimmick until he decides to leave the company.
Yeah. He'll be R-Truth.
He'll be the... There you go. He's the new R-Truth.
Yeah.
He's the younger R-Truth. He's the smiling, non-threatening black man.
Right. No,
who loves dancing. I don't know. I think he's something like that. I think he's cute.
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican or something.
Yeah.
We are out of mailbag questions.
There you go.
Yeah. And once again, damn it, I open up my fucking iMessages and there's that goddamn gif of Becky Lynch.
Cheeks.
Ooh.
Cheeks.
All right. So we've made our way through WrestleMania. We've talked about Moolah. We've talked about Jeff Hardy. We've talked about, we've done our mailbag. Let's talk about some new championships coming to WWE, shall we?
Ooh.
On the main roster, 205 Live, the Cruiserweight division is getting its own set of tag team championships from what it's sounding like. Like you said, with the way 205 Live's been going, I fully support this.
I do too. And it was I who created the Lucha stable. So that's just...
You did indeed.
I'm pretty sure somebody in Stanford was like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's put all these Mexicans together.
All these Mexicans in masks.
So he's a Mexican with a mask.
But Lince Dorado's not Mexican.
Lince's not Mexican?
He is Puerto Rican.
But do they say he's from Mexico?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think they say he's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. Well, all these Latins in masks. We're going to put them in together.
Wait, am I right or am I wrong?
LWO. I'm thinking you're wrong, but I'm going to let you have it.
His real name is Jose Cordero, a Puerto Rican wrestler.
Well, there you go.
Who resides in Camden, New Jersey, but he is billed from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Well, all right. Well,
chalk one up.
Get him with the shining stars and call it a day.
For the white guy. Because, we don't get a lot of wins.
Oh, yeah. Because the white guys haven't been winning lately.
We've been held down for so long.
All that oppression, man. Crazy.
So, yeah, I fully support this. You know what I actually think they should do?
Mm-hmm.
Because after Mania, all of the pay-per-views are going co-branded, so that's more, time being devoted to different belts and things like that. So the Cruiserweight tag belts don't get lost in the shuffle. I start throwing Cruiserweight tag matches and 205 Live matches on NXT pay-per-views, and I stretch those takeovers out a little bit.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Because now they get to perform in front of Full Sail audiences, and they get more time.
True. I like it.
Aside from the Cruiserweight Tag Team Championships, NXT is finally getting a secondary championship.
Thank God.
The NXT North American Championship.
North American Championship?
North American Championship.
So it's only people from Canada, the United States, and Mexico can win this belt?
Yep. They're the only ones allowed. So right off the bat, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, if they sign anybody from New Japan or anything, you can't compete.
Yep.
Cesar Bononi, you're out of luck because you're Brazilian.
Damn right.
Fucking Lars Sullivan, you don't get a crack at it.
Where is he from?
From like fucking Mars or something. That guy's head is ridiculous.
Insane.
Talk about fucking Jinder's aggressive nipples. That man has an aggressive head.
Yeah. He's definitely on that juice.
Do we spoil NXT and talk about who's going to be competing for the North American Championship, or do we hold off until it plays out?
Ah, man. I think, I'm much of a spoiler, but maybe we can hold it off for a while.
Let's hold it off. Let's
let the kiddies fend for themselves. If you want to know, just go online and find out. Or you can just let it happen, which I think is going to be awesome. Like, you're going to shit your pants.
You are.
For real.
Wear extra underwear.
Yeah. There will be shit.
There will be shit. Speaking of there will be shit. I have no good segue for this. Lucha Underground Season 4 will be debuting this summer, 2018. Have you been keeping up on Lucha Underground?
Not this year, no.
I did not keep up on it. I started watching it when it first came out. I made it about like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was very much like, oh, I can't watch this because it's all just phony storyline telenovela crap. And I stopped watching. But people that I respect and people whose wrestling fandom I respect, aka Clifford L. Johnson, was telling me, bro, you should be watching Lucha Underground. So I've been trying to catch up on it. And, when you pair that with the fact that I have no time to watch even my own shows, I haven't been as caught up as I would like. As of this moment, I'm about like 3/4 of the way through season 1.
Wow. You're
on
terrible.
Netflix. Yeah, I know. However, I have grown to enjoy it very much. It's different. It's something that's not like WWE or Impact Wrestling. It's different. It's told in a different way, but the in-ring action is pretty strong. Couple that with the fact that it's taped ahead of time. You can edit the shit out of it to make it look really good.
Yeah.
I like it. And I know that some very good friends of ours, Castaway members, Brent from the Home Video Hustle and Mario from Superiority Complex are huge fans of Lucha Underground. So they should be very happy to know that it is coming this summer. I need to catch up so that I can talk to these guys about it, because when it comes out, I'd like to be able to watch it live with them so that we can chat about it and maybe even get them on the show to talk about Lucha Underground. We can have a weekly segment this week on Lucha Underground with Mario and Brent. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe.
If we ever record.
Maybe we won't.
Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll be done by then.
Yeah. Maybe that meteor that they were talking about is going to hit us.
What meteor?
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it the one that Thanos is bringing in the Infinity War? Oh! God, I'm the king of segways.
No, the king of segways died on a segway.
He did. He went off a cliff. How ironic is that?
Man, that's the
best.
The
creator of the Segway dies on his Segway when he goes off a cliff.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The guy who was the creator of the Atkins diet died exercising.
Wow.
Had a massive heart attack. Must be all that bacon.
Maybe.
Infinity War.
Oh my gosh.
The new trailer supposedly comes out today, Friday, March 16th.
I can't wait.
Who dies in the Infinity War? Because supposedly it's permadeath. You die, they're not bringing you back.
If that's the case, I'm thinking that it's going to be... See, people think that it's going to be like Captain America or Iron Man because of, because they're getting old and they've been doing this shit for 10 years. But Hugh Jackman was Wolverine for 17 years. So I doubt that matters. But I think the person's death that would probably be like you could have it and it'd be okay is Hawkeye. Because he's human. And
he fucking fights with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, like if anybody dies, it should be him.
He's the Tito of the Avengers.
For sure. Anybody else?
No. He's the Randy of the Avengers.
Yeah, he's the Randy. He may be the Reby.
Oh, true.
Whatever happened to Reby?
I don't know.
I wonder what she's doing.
Because the centipede is crawling.
All right, anyway. I'd go with Hawkeye, or if they really wanted to fuck us up, they'd make it Scarlet, or not Scarlet Witch, but Black Widow. I know it wouldn't happen, but...
No. I feel like it will be Captain America, because that story has played itself out, and I believe Chris Evans has made it pretty clear that he wants to move on to something else.
Well, that's called a swerve.
I do think that this will be the last we see of Iron Man, these two Infinity War movies, not because I think he will die, but because I think Tony Stark will, something will happen. He will no longer be Iron Man. He will quit, being Iron Man, whatever. He will just be their Q. He will be their guy who makes their gadgets for him and whatnot. But they don't really need that. I mean, you have Shuri.
They got Shuri.
You have Shuri from Black Panther.
Which would be really cool if they end up making her Iron Man.
Oh,
it's Iron Heart in the comics. Is,
Riri Williams.
Riri.
Yeah.
Shuri. Riri.
Maybe.
Hey.
Oh, look at you.
She's a super tech genius.
Man.
Just saying.
Cliff, my head just exploded. I think it will be Captain America. I think you'll probably see somebody like War Machine die.
They already crippled him.
They did, but why not kill him now?
They're like, we crippled you last time. You know what? We're just gonna kill you.
I'm in the same boat as you. Kill Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I think Vision will go.
No.
Because Paul Bettany never made sense anyways in the Marvel universe. But maybe when they're taking the soul gem from him, they kill him in the process.
Well, I think that whole thing is that they do take the soul gem, and then Shuri finds a way to recover him. That's why they're in Wakanda.
Look at you.
I'm thinking.
I'm proud of you.
Man, this nerd shit goes deep, man.
It goes deep.
This episode's going to be 5 hours long.
It is. We just hit 2 hours. I'm looking at the timer right now. But we've been talking the whole time.
Yeah. So that means I don't have to go in there and edit anything out.
You just have to add some drops. So I was thinking, do we need to plug our Twitter and everything every week like we always do? It's in the description every week.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, do so at WNA Podcast. Follow me on Twitter at that Rob guy. That's Rob with 2 B's. Follow Cliff on Twitter at Cliff Does It All. If you want to find us on YouTube, you can. WNA Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. Find us on Facebook. Email the show, WNApodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to buy our t-shirts, do it at stayred.spreadshirt.com. That is stay red, red with 2 D's for Cliff, double the dick. I think it's about time to go home.
I am Clifford L. Johnson.
And I'm Rob English saying to you, ooh.
Sweet.
When life hands you adversity, always kick out at ooh.
Sweet.
And done.
Oh,